I'd like to thank my spouse, Tom Leffler, who actually has been a partner in everything that I do. He's very like-minded, a little higher-minded than I am. My reunionettes, that's who my old high school chums that I surround myself with are, we call ourselves the reunionettes. Susie Moline, Kathy Collins, and Jewel Midthune are the ones who kind of got this ball rolling to nominate me. They probably know me the best and have long-time friends. So I'm very grateful to them for doing this. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame has really meant a lot to me. And as I said before, it's kind of a surprise. I mean, who knew that, Judy Bennett, what? And it was, and humbling, of course. And I'm very appreciative of that. It is kind of nice to be recognized for a couple different reasons. It's kind of an affirmation of your work that through your lifetime, and also I'm hoping kind of to, sounds a little pompous, but to maybe inspire somebody else that they can make a difference in the world, and to just look around and see if I can do it, other people can do it too. Some of my fondest memories are the new friends that I made and that actually have remained my longtime friends. We came kind of from all different feeder schools, and so some I brought along with me, from Cattell High our elementary and Warren Harding, but then we met new people and who became fast friends. And I think the caring teachers, I hope they're still like that today, because they took a really special interest, and we had a few of our teachers that our class of January '61 kind of adopted, who came to our parties and alumni gatherings throughout the years, and that was really very special. I was talking to some friends about the assemblies that we used to have at East that were put on by students. Sometimes different groups would put them on, but singing and dancing, and that was wonderful. And it was a whole school assembly. That was one of my favorite things. And after school parties, like at the student center, we would like on Monday nights they would have after school party with music and dancing in the student center, and then after school parties after the games that we gathered in the same place always. And teachers were in attendance, probably to watch us, but they had a good time as well. And it was a good chance to see people that you maybe didn't have classes with, but who are still East High students. I think my experience at East High helped shape my life in a lot of different ways. One, of course, is the motto, is for the service of humanity. And it was a diverse school, kind of a real-world school. Even at that time, we had all kinds of students who lived there, all colors, kind of all religions, and they came from, kind of all different walks of life. And that was a really good experience, I think, to learn how others live and how to get along, kind of, with everybody. And there were opportunities for us to volunteer that way, and I think we were just exposed to the needs of other kids, and it was kind of before they had specific clubs that did volunteer work, but you could just see what went on in the community that involved the school, and that was pretty cool. And my parents were active volunteers in the community, helping start different programs, Little League, and my mom was a Girl Scout leader, and they kind of carried that on into when the time I was at East High, and my brother as well, who's a Duker. The message I have that I'd like to convey to East High students and alumni today is kind of have a sense of purpose in your life, and try to find friends that are like-minded and surround yourself with those people, but also don't be afraid to reach out to other people who probably have different or could have different views on the same issues that you do, and learn to respect that and make a difference, and maybe change a few minds, which never hurts anybody. And I think to look around and see what needs to be done. I would say remember these times because they can stay with you, and keep these friends that you made in high school close to you, because sometimes as your family dwindles and your parents are gone, they're the only people actually who knew you when you were a young person, and they have lots of stories about you, and that keeps you grounded, I think, which is really important. And again, develop a sense of purpose. This is my best thing, is to kind of do what makes you happy, and just kind of go for it. Expose yourself to a lot of things, help others, and be the change. And I would tell myself, move to the mountains. Well, this is probably an ancient sport. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but I was a synchronette, ballet leg, and we didn't even have competitions at that time, but we did have performances. So we were in the pool with Miss Spencer, who was our coach, and so a lot of us did that. It was some endurance, and it was cold in the morning, getting out of class, and you had wet hair, and so I did spend a lot of time there. But also socializing, that was probably my biggest thing. I was a decent student, but mostly it was having a good time.